Hello, I'm Kevin Piland, and I want to thank you for watching this episode of The Kevin Piland Show. I want to apologize to some of you who may have been having trouble hearing me in the last episode. It was due to a technical glitch that happened during the last episode, and I really want to apologize for that. Those kind of glitches can happen at any second. Now, there's a story that bothered me today. One of them was about a 4-year-old boy who was banned from a donut shop over a question. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand at some point we have to learn respect, and that there are some things that are better off not to be said. I get that. But why would a restaurant say that a 4-year-old boy is not allowed to go into a donut shop because he asked a woman, "Is there a baby in your belly?" You know, to answer that question, there's a positive way to go about it. You see, not everybody sees things the same way, and that's bound to happen, and that's true. You see, the woman that the boy asked it to was actually nice about it and forgave him when he apologized. She said no, she wasn't pregnant. She even said that she gets it all the time. A few days later, boy goes back with his mom, and they were asked to leave. And their reasoning was because he was being rude. I don't consider that being rude, but I do consider it asking an inappropriate question, to say the least. It's not necessarily being rude, it's rather there are some things that are better off not to be said. You see, it wasn't really a big deal, so I don't understand why the restaurant took it that far to begin with. If everybody treats each other with respect, even if they're wrong, it makes for a better place. I can understand if kids get in trouble every now and then. That's bound to happen. That's how they learn. So what gives that restaurant the right to ask them to leave? Besides the fact that they can refuse service to anyone. Besides that fact. You see, there are some things that don't constitute a ban. If you want kids to learn their lesson, let the parents handle it, for gosh sakes. As a restaurant owner or an employee, for gosh sakes. It's not your job to tell them what to do. It's not. I should know. Because I dealt with a disrespectful owner once. And this was at a different Subway a while back. It wasn't her job to tell me what to do. She just did it because she was mad at me. Because she thought I was being rude, but it turns out I wasn't being rude at all. It was just rather some employees were talking smack about me because they didn't like me. Which I understood what was going on anyways because I never caused any problems. That's happened before, during the times that I worked at Subway. You see, you gotta understand, people will lie and say you did something when in reality you didn't, just to get you in trouble for nothing. And that's not the way we want to do things here. On a positive note, the good news is when I was working at Sears, people have been treating me with very good respect. No one's gone behind my back and caused problems there, which is great. The sales floor, on the other hand, I'm not worried about because, well, who's to say? I don't have to worry about it that much. It's not really much of my concern to begin with. It's one thing if they ask a question about something, but it's not really my concern. Why would I need to know about it if it was not my concern to begin with? I don't have to be nosy to have a job. I can just do the job that I'm assigned to and not have a problem with it. Even the nicest person can sometimes look like they're in a bad mood, but they're really not. I would know because sometimes I look like I'm in a bad mood, but I'm not. Some days people see me as being sad, but I'm really not. And that's happened before. I'm used to that. The only thing I'm not used to is false accusations. We'll be right back after these messages. Don't go away. And welcome back to the show. Now, something else I want to talk about also. I read a report that two Samaritans were killed trying to save a baby or a kid that was supposedly left in a hot car. And if that report was not enough, a most recent report I read was that one mom got into a fight with two others who tried to save her little girl from being left in a hot car while she was at a GameStop. The couple that offered to save the kid's life in question was eating at a restaurant was eating at a restaurant that was possibly next door to it. You sometimes wonder why parents think that they can get away with leaving kids in hot cars, only to find out they can't, and it ends up killing them. We need to change the way we think about responsibilities for the better. And I'm not just talking about people that have jobs, I'm talking about parents too. I understand sometimes you have no choice but to pay bills or go shopping for the important things in life. Needless to say, the GameStop trip was actually a privilege on behalf of the parent, but you know, we have to consider how to actually go about that privilege without causing any incidents. As a parent, we are responsible for our own kids. You know? If you have to take them with you, go ahead and do it. Just make sure you go to a place where kids are allowed, and you'll be fine. Otherwise, they're going to eventually want you out of there, and that's just not the way it works. Well, I believe that's going to be it for the show. And thank you for watching.